Well, dear students, today we will focus on the spherical lenses, right? Please listen very attentively because in science, one learning point is interlinked with the next learning point and so on. So please concentrate. Spherical lenses, it can be classified into two categories. One is convex lens. More properly, we should write it biconvex lens, but popular word is convex lens. Another one is concave lens. Concave lens. So let's make a comparative table. Number one, how to make it. Suppose I have to make the convex lens. How to make it and how does it look? In case I see the convex lens, it appears in a circle and made up of glass usually. It is, I'm saying usually, not necessarily it is consisting of glass. Any transparent material can be used. So from the front, it appears like a circle. And one more important thing, from the central part of the circle, it is of higher thickness, more thickness. And from the boundary, periphery, circumference, edges, it is comparatively of lesser thickness. If you see it from the side view, like I hold it like this and see it here from the side, then side view will be like this. So this is what front view. In here, the front view is, in case of concave lens, is also circular. But the only thing is, from the center, it appears thinner. Here it is thinner. And from the edges, it is thicker. Meaning, in comparison, it is opposite to what I said here in case of convex lens. This is your front view. And let's talk about its side view. Side view will be like this, being thicker from the edges and thinner at the center. It appears like this. Its proper name should be biconcave lens, but more popular word is concave lens. So this was the first learning point about appearance. Now, how we manufacture it? Look here. Suppose this is some spherical glass sphere, which is hollow from inside. Sphere of the glass or any other transparent material, and it is not solid, it is hollow. So what will you do? Take this sphere and cut it from here. Also cut from here, such that this part is placed here like this, and this cut part is placed here. Got it? And the inner space is filled with molten glass. Is filled with molten glass. पिघला हुआ कांच. of same type. Remember, the glass type should be same, which we put in a molten form, of whose this sphere was made up of. Right? Glasses are also of different types. Ruby glass, flint glass. Uh, Now let the molten glass cool down. Whole space is filled up, and we are ready with the convex lens. How to make concave lens? Just pay the attention. Here, I have taken the sphere, hollow glass sphere, hollow glass sphere. Again, I will cut the two portions. Again, I will cut the two portions here and here. So this portion and that portion. This portion is cut and placed it here like this. And that portion is cut and placed it here. Right? So inside space, this space is filled with molten glass. Molten glass. And let it cool down gradually. Let it cool down to room temperature. And this is how we make the biconcave lens. Right? Let's talk about another thing. What is this? If I put the convex lens and throw a light, parallel beam of light on it, it has been found that parallel beam of light is focused by this lens on a single point, principal focus. The process is called convergence. But important point to note here is this is possible only if outer medium is rarer and the lens material is denser. Then only it is possible. I mean to say, if light is coming from air and glass lens is in between the path of the parallel beam, then it will focus. If you dip it in the water, this focusing is also possible, but now the focus in the water will be at a different point, right? Important thing is, because of convergence, this lens is also called converging lens. Converging lens. Another important thing is, if I interchange the things such that outer material becomes denser and inner becomes rarer. For your clarity, let me flash back the learning point. Rarer medium is always that point in which light travels comparatively at higher speed. Okay? So now you see, if I interchange the medium, student may question, sir, how will it be possible? Very simple. Suppose I take the transparent liquid such that that liquid is optically more denser than the glass. I dip the glass in that such that outer medium becomes denser and inner becomes rarer. Then this same convex lens, instead of converging the lens, converging the parallel beam of light, it will diverge the beam. It will diverge the beam. When? If outer medium is denser, inner one is rarer. So, convex lens is called converging lens only under the condition that outside medium is rarer and lens material is denser. Similarly, if I take the biconcave lens such that upon this lens, this parallel beam of light is incident and this lens diverges the beam of light this way, such that the process is called divergence. Again, the same condition applicable here. Lens material should be denser and outside material should be rarer. Only then this biconcave lens can be called as diverging lens. If we interchange the material such that outside becomes the denser medium, inside becomes the rarer medium, then the same diverging lens changes its nature. It becomes the converging lens. Okay, one more thing. In case I extend the divergent rays backward, they get extended lines meet at a single point. This point is known as focus of the biconcave lens, whereas f dash is known as focus of the convex lens. So this was the preliminary comparison between the two. And the important thing to note here is, here for the sake of simplicity, I have taken this part of the lens from sphere and this part of the lens from the same sphere. But practically, if we wish that this part and this part are from different spheres of different radii, different spheres of different radii, two different spheres, then it is also possible to make the lens. But such lenses are manufactured only for the special applications in the optics. Usually, the left part of the lens, the right part of the lens are taken from the same glass sphere, such that the radius of curvature of the both parts is the same. Similar is here. These two parts have same radius of curvature. Radius of curvature is what? It is the radius of the sphere from which these two parts are cut and joined. So the left part as well as the right part both have same radius of curvature. But as per our need in optics, the left and right part can be taken from two different glass spheres of two different radii. But such lenses are useful only for special application in optics. Usually, both parts are of same sphere. So please absorb what I have explained for some moment. I'm giving you some time such that you can absorb it and decide whether you have really understood it or not. Okay, let's proceed further now. One time there was a question in board exams. Sir, why this glass lens converges the light and why it diverges? Why not this parallel beam of light goes as parallel beam of light after passing through the lens? What is the reason behind? So remember, the reason behind in both cases is basic process, basic optical phenomena, namely refraction. Let's now learn how are the details of this thing. The teacher is writing as per the advanced question. What concave lens diverges. Wait a minute. Concave lens diverges. Remember, teacher is saying with the same condition, outer medium is rarer, inner medium of the lens is denser. And convex lens converges. Parallel beam of light. Parallel beam of light. Which parallel beam of light? Naturally, which is incident on the lens. So this is effect. Okay. Another thing is, it becomes a problem when teacher says, why so? Anybody among you who can answer? Why so? Although the teacher has given the hint that basic cause can be written in single word. Basic cause behind is refraction process phenomena. Refraction optical phenomena. Let's go into the deeper details. Suppose I have made a lens, biconvex lens, like this. Larger figure is made for the sake of better clarity. And any line which passes through the optical center of the lens, all you know is called PA, meaning principal axis. Principal axis. So now I will throw the incident light on it. Suppose I have thrown this parallel beam of light on the lens this way and this way. So I will not explain the all rays in the beam. I will explain the passage of only single ray. And same is true for the other rays. So beam consisting of many parallel rays, ray travels in the straight line, which is the rectilinear propagation of light. Now what happens? Everybody knows this is the rarer medium and inner one is the denser medium. First of all, ray of light strikes this surface. Let's draw the perpendicular here. Perpendicular which? What is perpendicular? A brown dotted line which is making 90-degree angle with what? With what? With the yellow line. You can say, sir, how it can be 90-degree line? Because yellow line is actually curved line. So in the true sense, at this point of incidence P, I have to draw a tangent on the yellow curved line. And 90-degree angle should be with that tangent. So for the sake of simplicity, I am not drawing that tangent. Otherwise, there will be cluster of many lines and you will find it difficult to understand. Okay. So in the back of mind, you can say, sir, incident ray is coming in white color, shown in white color. Here is a tangent such that is making 90-degree with the brown color dotted line, which is called as normal NL. As it is entering from rarer to denser, as per basic principle of refraction, it should bend towards the normal. So therefore, this line, instead of going in a straight line, it bends towards the brown dotted line normal. So it bends like this. Okay. So one refraction has taken place at the point of incidence P. Now let's talk about another point P dash. Here another refraction takes place. How? Let me draw another perpendicular which is shown in the dotted magenta color. It is making 90-degree angle with the yellow line. More precisely, if I say a tangent is drawn at the point of incidence P dash such that this dotted magenta color line serve as normal to the tangent. Normal is also called perpendicular. That is why 90-degree angle is mentioned. So here you notice that ray of light is entering from denser to rarer. Like first it was entering from air to glass, now from glass to air. So that means it should go away from normal. So this green color line showing instead of going in the same straight line direction, it should bend away from normal. Not this way, rather this way. So it reaches the principal focus point F. So due to double reflection, right? So if somebody says me, sir, will it be happening for this ray of light? Yes, why not? So if I draw naturally here the ray of light will come, and then another ray of light I should show. So double reflection takes place here also, like in the upper ray, right? Finally, the ray of light after two reflections at P point as well as P dash gets focused at point P, F, which is called principal focus. Now, one student can question me, sir, when we show the diagram in frequent manner, we usually show like this only, parallel beam of light here and focusing at here. We simply only show one band here and show one band here. So this is your approximate diagram. Whereas in reality, this is the real diagram, double reflection takes place. Another thing, lenses are not practically so much thicker. They are less thicker. So the length of the green light is very small. So for the sake of simplicity, we draw the approximate diagram like this, showing only single band here. Instead of showing the actual process, double band, double deviation, one deviation and second deviation. So this is how the convex lens converges the parallel beam of light. Now on the same lens, can you please draw yourself the ray diagram of divergence in case of biconcave lens? Please try yourself. Shabash. If you are confident and learn the things, you can really do it. Shabash. The only basic thing you have to keep into your mind. What is that? Refraction process. Let me explain that thing also very quickly. What concave lens diverges light. Why? The first thing you have to write what answer. if single one word question comes, objective type, then you will say because of refraction process. But if the question comes worth 3 marks, then not only you have to write this, at the same time you have to make the ray diagram, making it like this. The teacher has made biconcave lens such that from its optical center O, a straight line is drawn. What should I call this straight line? PA. Full form, principal axis. So, parallel to principal axis, I have incident what? A parallel beam of light shown in the yellow color. So here what happens? Let me tell you. Look here. First of all, normal to the green line, which is shown by the dotted straight line, normal. Light is entering from rarer medium to denser. What should be done? It will bend towards the normal. So instead of going in the same horizontal straight line, this yellow line will not strike here. Rather, it will strike like here, because it has to bend towards normal and while entering into the denser medium. In the similar manner, if I draw another normal here in the white colored, so let me show white colored dotted line, what happens? Now this yellow ray of light is entering from denser to rare. It means it should be away. If it should be away, let's draw it this way. Instead of going this way, it will be going this way. Okay. The similar thing happens here. Look here. It will strike like here and here. So both this line and this line, when extended backward, they will meet the focus point. The approximate figure of this, if we have to draw very quickly, we usually draw this way, showing only single band, whereas double reflection takes place, one at P point, another at P dash. So this is the reason why a biconcave glass lens diverges the parallel incident ray of light. So have you understood, pretty students? So let's now wind up, and the remaining things we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.